黙ってればバレないかもしれないよね。
いや、それはさすがにバレると。まさか。
そのまさかです。
あ、
Kubo won't let me be invisible, and should you watch it? Wow, this is a very hard one. Normally, I can come on here and instantly give you a recommendation and be like, yes, absolutely, you should watch it for these reasons. No, you shouldn't watch it for these other reasons. And the reason that I say I'm struggling with this one so much is Kubo Won't Let Me Be Invisible is one of the last winter, one of the last new winter anime to premiere, which isn't the worst thing in the world. But the problem is there's already at least 20 established anime that is gonna be vying for your time. I think that on my channel personally, if you check out my community tab, I'm covering 10 unique anime here on the channel in the winter season, but that's not even the whole breadth of all the anime that you could be watching this season. And the problem I'm having is I think Kubo Won't Let Me Be Invisible is really, really good. I think this is going to capture the hearts of a lot of people. The problem with this type of anime, and when it comes hard to recommend for me, is this kind of this. And I hate to draw this comparison, but the fact is, there's only like a small amount of these specific type anime that exist. There's 𝐜𝐴HEREN-san, and then there's Takagi-san, and I think this is very similar to Takagi-san here, and very similar to 𝐜𝐴HEREN-san, to where I think it's a really good show, and it will capture your heart, and it will capture your emotions. But I don't think this is the type of show you watch with bated breath every week. You know what I mean? Like, if I were to pick out what my favorite anime this season is, you know, or let me talk about last season. If I were to pick out my favorite anime last season, because this season just started, then that was Eminence in Shadow. And if you haven't watched it, go watch it. But that anime specifically, and you could put any anime here, right? You know, you could put Bleach, you could put Chainsaw Man, whatever you want to put there. But there's an anime, and you're waiting. You know, it comes on at 11:30 or 12:30 or 2 o'clock, and you're by 1:30, you're ready for that 2 o'clock premiere. I don't think that this has that pull power to it, to where it's like, oh, this is saying you gotta come watch it every single Tuesday. I really think this is one of those anime, for me, like Takagi-san was, like 𝐜𝐴HEREN-san was, kind of like Nagatoro this season, to where I think this is a great anime if you let it stack up 2, 3, 4 episodes, and then on a Sunday or a Saturday or a day off of work or a day off of school or a day off of doing whatever you do, side hustle, that on your free time you're like, oh, what should I do right now? Oh, let me go watch some Kubo Won't Let Me Be Invisible, and then you go watch 2 or 3 or 4 episodes, and you get that high from it, because I do think it's that good. It's worth watching. Now, there's a couple of other things. I will say that if you are somebody who has a small list of anime that you're watching this season and you vibed with episode 1, then add this to your list, because it's good and it's worth watching. But if you're someone who has a huge backlog or potential, if you have this huge future log of anime and you're basically having to schedule out your time, then I just don't think this fits in there. I think this much better fits in on a weekend, which will probably what I'll do, right? Because I'm looking, I have my schedule up here. You guys, I don't know if you can see it or not, but I have my schedule up here, right? I have all the anime, and I have it all scheduled out on the calendar, and I literally have one free day, which is Sundays, which I'll use that day to create content for my other channel and stuff. But regardless, that means Sundays is kind of my more free day, so I can just lay in bed or lay on the couch and just watch watch whatever. I'm gonna watch Kubo Won't Be Invisible on that day, along with a couple of other ones, this season that I'm gonna watch as well. But that's my recommendation, is should you watch it? I think it does. I think it is worth your time. And if an anime like Takagi-san, 𝐜𝐴HEREN-san, the other one, was it the bully one, where it's like, oh, my coworker bully or whatever that was. It's very similar to that, or Nagatoro. If these are your favorite type of anime, you know, then yeah, I think that this makes your list. But if it's not, and it's just something that you vibe with, then yeah, I think this is something that you binge it and you watch it either all at once it's done, or you watch 3 or 4 episodes at a time every other a few weeks or every other month or something as it premieres over the next 3 months. So that's my hard recommendation there. Now let's talk about why it's worth it, and I won't spend a lot of time, but essentially, this anime follows 2 people. It follows 2 kids, Shirashi and Kubo, and I think they're in middle school, so they're either first years in high school or they're like in middle school. They're like probably like 30 years in middle school or something. So they're about between the ages of 12 to 16, somewhere in there. Let's call it 14. Let's just throw a dart right in the middle, call it 14. And this is a perfect anime that is a example of girls mature faster than boys. Very similar to Takagi-san and other anime like that too. It's like, this is just a good showing of how, more often than not, girls mature faster than boys do. And it seems to be inherently even stronger in Japan, to where like a lot of boys are very, very timid. And that just seems to be like in their nature over there. It's not a bad thing, it's just a cultural thing. And this anime follows Kubo, who kind of really knows what she wants. Like, she likes Shirashi. For whatever reason, this weird, awkward, silent, almost unnoticeable kid, she likes him. You know what I mean? And even Shirashi thinks that she's, kind of similar situation to other anime. He thinks that, oh, she's not bullying him, but like poking fun at him, making fun of him, bullying him a little bit, just because she's bored. But really, it's because she, it's like the girl who teases you at recess when you were a kid. It's like, that's the girl who likes you. Shout out Jennifer, 4th grade. It's like it's like you remember that shit. You know what I mean? It's like she was teasing you because she likes you. That tends to be the thing. Or you might be teasing the girl, right? Little boys might tease the girl, and it's because, oh, you like her, but maybe you subconsciously you like her, but like not really thinking about it. But it follows them, and we go through different kind of like panels in a sense. We basically go from one sense to where it's like, okay, here's his initial invisibility. Then we see Kubo really noticing them. Then we see a scene to where, they're outside of school, and she was able to secure those digits from Kubo, or Kubo was able to secure Shirashi's digits. They take a photo together. They exchange some text messages. She asked him out on a date, not like she did, but that she kind of like being sly about it. We see some of the reactions that she has to him responding to her, which is very, very cute. We see Shirashi getting his cherry popped, in a sense, like the first. His first friend he's ever communicated with online or whatever app that they're using. We see him kind of getting flustered because, like, in this episode, she sat on him to prove a point, which I thought was really cute. And it's like, oh, they're getting like that closeness. She finished his drink, which, again, that closeness, that what do they call it, indirect kiss or whatever they call it in Japan. It's so silly, but yeah, they call it indirect kiss. And like they have all these little really cute moments. And also, I did laugh my ass off because I was like, yo, I think they have like iPhone 1s, really old ass phones. But ultimately, she won out. She got the digits, she got the date secured. And I think it's going to be a lot of different scenes like that as we move on and we move forward into the season. A lot of little like nuanced pieces of storytelling each episode. Like, we'll probably get like, here's them at a convenience store. Here's them going on this like, date to the aquarium, or one of them's going to invite the other over to their house for the first time, or Shirashi's going to meet Kubo's older sister for the first time, and she's going to tease them, like stuff like that. I think we're going to get these little bite-sized little stories each episode, and I'm here for it. I just won't be here every week. I'll be here. I'll watch it in the binge fashion, but overall, I was impressed by it. I thought it was cuteness overload, and the ED was really good. But that's my opinion. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you watched it. What did you think in the comments down below? Is this something you're going to watch every week? Is this something you're going to binge? Or is this something that's on your skip list? Let me know what you think in the comments below. And I appreciate you watching this video, and I'll see you for more anime content.